I'm standing in the basement right now. I've been down here for 28 minutes. 5 more to go. That's my voice calling from the kitchen. But I'm down here. I should have walked away when I saw the pay. $5,000 for 1 week of house sitting? Nobody pays that unless something's wrong. 4 more minutes. Let me tell you how I got here. 3 days ago, I was 2 months behind in rent. Student loans were piling up and my campus bookstore job barely covered groceries. That's when I saw the listing. House sitter needed, November 12th through 19th. $5,000. Quiet neighborhood, simple rules, references required. I told myself it was too good to be true, but I sent my information anyway. The owner, Marion Harrow's estate representative, a lawyer named Mr. Klein, called me 2 hours later. He didn't ask about experience, just whether I followed instructions well, whether I had, quote, a stable sense of routine. Weird questions, but for $5,000, I said yes. The house was in Founders Park, one of those old money neighborhoods where the trees are older than my grandparents. Victorian architecture, wraparound porch, perfect lawn. Too perfect. Mr. Klein met me at the door. 60s, gray suit, the kind of handshake that felt like a contract. He walked me through the main floor, kitchen, living room, study, talking about the Wi-Fi password and where they kept the good coffee. Normal. Totally normal. Then he handed me a laminated card. The house rules, he said. Follow them exactly. This isn't a suggestion. I laughed, thought it was a joke. He didn't laugh back. I read them after he left. Rule number 1, check every door and window lock at exactly 9:47 p.m. No earlier, no later. Okay, specific, but fine. Rule number 2, if you hear your own voice calling from another room, do not answer it. Go to the basement and wait for 33 minutes. I stared at that one for a while. My own voice? What kind of prank? Rule number 3, do not look at your reflection after 11 p.m. Cover all mirrors, turn off phone screens, avoid the windows. This wasn't normal house sitting. This was something else. But I needed the money. And besides, rules are just rules, right? Someone's paranoid aunt probably wrote them. I kept reading. Rule number 4, you may hear scratching inside the walls. This is normal. Never try to investigate the source. Rule number 5, if objects are not where you left them, put them back. Do not question it. Rule number 6, keep the thermostat at exactly 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If it changes on its own, change it back immediately and say aloud, the temperature is my preference. Rule number 7, on your final night, you will find an envelope in the kitchen. Do not open it until you've left the property. 7 rules, some bizarre, some almost frightened. I set my phone alarm for 9:47 p.m. Night 1 was about to begin. The first few hours were boring. I made dinner, watched Netflix on my laptop, texted my roommate that the place was weird but fine. At 9:47 exactly, my alarm went off. I walked through the house checking locks. Front door locked, back door locked, kitchen window, living room windows, upstairs bathroom, all locked. I felt ridiculous, but also, I don't know, there was a relief in it, like following the rules made the house feel safer. I went to bed around midnight, covered the mirror on the dresser with a towel like the rules said, turned my phone face down. I almost laughed. This was easy money. Then, at 2:17 a.m., I woke up to scratching. It was rhythmic, deliberate, like fingernails dragging down the inside of the drywall right next to my head. Rule number 4, you may hear scratching inside the walls. This is normal. Never try to investigate the source. I didn't move, barely breathed. 30 seconds later, it stopped. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. Day 2, I was exhausted, jittery. I told myself it was pipes. Old houses make noise. But that afternoon, things started moving. I left my coffee mug on the counter, went to the bathroom, came back. It was in the sink. Rule number 5, if objects are not where you left them, put them back. Do not question it. I picked it up, put it back on the counter. My hand was shaking. An hour later, my keys were on the dining room table. I'd left them on the hook by the door. Put them back. My wallet moved from the couch to the stairs. Put it back. I wasn't imagining this. Someone or something was moving my stuff, testing me. That night, I checked the locks at 9:47 exactly, like the rule said. Every single one was already unlocked. I locked them, hands trembling. Went upstairs, the thermostat read 72 degrees. I changed it to 68. 5 minutes later, 74 degrees. I changed it back. My voice came out thin, scared. The temperature is my preference. It stayed at 68. Whatever was in this house, it was listening. Hello? I froze. That was my voice, coming from downstairs. Are you up there? My heart slammed into my throat. I grabbed the rule card. Rule number 2, if you hear your own voice calling from another room, do not answer it. Go to the basement and wait for 33 minutes. I need help, please. I ran down the hallway, down the back stairs, threw open the basement door, and nearly fell down the steps. The basement was cold, concrete floor, bare bulb, smell of rust and earth. I started counting. 1 minute, 2 minutes. The voice kept calling. Where are you? I'm scared. It sounded exactly like me, the same inflection I use when I'm anxious. It knew. At minute 19, the basement door handle started to turn. I backed into the corner. The door opened 6 inches, and I saw myself standing at the top of the stairs. Same jacket, same jeans, same face. But the eyes were wrong. Too steady. No white showing. Just dark fixed pupils staring down at me. It smiled. You can come up now. It's safe. It said in my voice. I didn't move, barely breathed. 33 minutes. At minute 33 exactly, it was gone. I didn't leave the basement for another hour. When I finally went upstairs, the house was quiet. But I understood now. The rules weren't protecting me from something in the house. They were protecting something in the house from getting into me. I thought about leaving, but it was night 6. One more day and I'd have the money. I could do this. I avoided mirrors, followed every rule perfectly, checked the locks, kept the thermostat exact. On the 7th night, my last night, I found the envelope. It was on the kitchen counter, plain manila, my name written in neat handwriting. Rule number 7, on your final night, you will find an envelope in the kitchen. Do not open it until you've left the property. I stared at it. Every instinct screamed at me to look inside. What was in there? What was so dangerous I couldn't see it until I left? I picked it up, felt something inside. Rectangular. A photograph, I thought. My hand moved toward the seal. Then I heard it. The scratching erupted everywhere at once. Walls, ceiling, under the floor, like 1,000 hands clawing to get out or get in. The thermostat clicked. I looked. 55 degrees, dropping. I ran to it, changed it back to 68. My breath came out in fog. The temperature is my preference. It dropped to 51 degrees. The lights flickered. And then I saw it in the kitchen window's reflection, just a glimpse before I looked away. Me, standing behind myself. Perfect copy, but its head was tilted just slightly too far, neck bent at an angle that would break bone. Let me out. I grabbed my bag, the envelope, and ran for the front door. Locked. Back door, locked.
every window locked from the outside. "You broke the pattern," the thing said behind me in my voice. "You thought about opening it. That was enough." I spun around. It stood in the hallway, identical to me, but wrong in 1,000 tiny ways I couldn't name. Uncanny Valley made flesh. I've been here for 70 years, locked in this house, fed scraps of identity from careless sitters. But you're perfect, confused, afraid, full of static. It stepped closer. "I just need you to doubt yourself a little more, just enough. Then we'll switch. You stay here. I leave in your skin, your life, your name." I looked down at the envelope in my hand. The photograph, proof of what I looked like before.
I opened it now, I'd know. I'd see if I'd already changed. And that knowledge, would it save me or doom me? The thing smiled with my face. "Open it. I dare you." I ran to the thermostat instead, cranked it to 90 degrees. "The temperature is my preference," I screamed. The house shuddered. The thing's face twitched, flickered. I ran to the front door, checked the lock at 9:47 exactly like the rule said. It clicked open. I fell through the doorway onto the porch, gasping. Behind me, the thing stood in the threshold. It couldn't cross. "You'll be back," it said quietly. "They always come back, and I'll be wearing your face when you do." The door slammed shut. I drove for 3 hours before I stopped, sat in a gas station parking lot under fluorescent lights, staring at the envelope. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside, a photograph, me standing in the Harrow House foyer on night 1, smiling, nervous. I held it up next to my phone's camera, comparing. I'd always had a slightly crooked nose. Broken it playing basketball in high school, never got it fixed. A small bump on the bridge I'd gotten used to. In my current reflection, it was perfectly straight. I touched my face, felt my features. They felt right. They felt like mine. But they weren't. Not anymore. When had it happened? When I heard my voice? When I saw my reflection? When I thought about opening the envelope? A gas station attendant knocked on my window. I screamed. He stood outside, concerned. "You okay, man?" I nodded, forced a smile, rolled down the window. "Fine, just tired." He looked strangely at me. "You sure? You look really different from a second ago." I drove away. I'm home now, my apartment, my things, my life. But this morning, I found my coffee mug in the sink. I'd left it on the counter. And tonight, at exactly 9:47 p.m., I felt the urge, the need to check all my locks. I don't know if I got out, or if it got out in me. But I do know one thing. Tomorrow, someone else will see that listing. Someone broke, someone desperate. And Mr. Klein will call them 2 hours later, because the Harrow House always needs a sitter. And now, so do I.